Oh, what is the upskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXWrestleCast. We're on episode 121 of my little wrestling recap show, where once a week I go through all of the major WWE and AEW shows, give you the review, give you the recap, let you know what's going on in both of the companies, storyline-wise. And at the end of the show, I give out my 3 stars of the week, awarding my 3 favorite matches that I witnessed with my eyeballs that week. And when we have crazy, insane weekends like we do this WrestleMania weekend, I will be doing pay-per-view or PLE reviews for all the big pay-per-views, whenever there's a pay-per-view for AEW and WWE, I will also do a separate episode for that, and that's what we're doing today. The big one, the big weekend for the WWE. We got NXT's Stand and Deliver, and of course, WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. So, we're starting off with NXT's Stand and Deliver. This one wasn't taking place in the big stadium where the real WrestleMania is taking place. A smaller stadium, but still a much bigger crowd than the NXT superstars are used to. And we kick off this show with the NXT Tag Team Championships. It's Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin defending against Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Breaker runs full force into a super kick right in the mouth from Axiom. That was how you doing right there. Welcome to the show. Braun leaps to the top rope, nails a Frankenstein, which goes into a sit-out powerbomb from Corbin. Like, oh my god, man. And like the confidence and just like the ease that Breaker jumped to the top rope and did that Frankenstein, just ridiculous. Thumbs up for that. Breaker avalanche flipping stunner move that he's been doing onto Frazier off of the top rope. Like, he didn't hit it clean, but it was still just so sick, man. Corbin hits a rare top rope splash. Like, crowd was going pretty crazy for that one. I was like, oh snap, he actually did it. And he hits the end of days. We got the spear combo. Corbin and Braun Breaker retain. Caught me off guard with that one. Just an absolute adrenaline shot of a match to open up the show here. Breaker was excellent. His speed and intensity just off the freaking charts. Like, you can hear the crowd audibly go like, ooh, when he started hitting the ropes. Like, with that speed, man, it is a thing to behold. Nathan Frazier, his crazy high flying. He was a little bit shaky at spots. You can kind of see the nerves getting a little bit of the better of him. Not his best performance, but still really good. And Axiom was surprisingly really stiff. He was throwing bombs out there, really liked what he was doing. And Corbin was Corbin, just solid, did his thing, and he was in the right spots at the right time. Really good opening match right here. 7.5 We move on to the North American Championship. It is Oba Femi, defending against Dijak, my boy, and against Josh Briggs in a triple threat match. So there's no rules here. Briggs falls on his head early and then gets an office chair thrown at him. Again, welcome to the show. Oba is placed on the office chair and Dijak is chokeslammed off of the top rope onto Obafemi. Holy freaking shit, that was just a ridiculous bump, crazy spot. Thumbs up for that. Crowd goes nuts. We get the holy shit chance. Briggs, the avalanche clothesline from hell, like wow. Dijak, big old backflip bump on that one. Well done. The dude is like 6'8" and he's doing backflips. Just, my god. We get some crazy brawling between all 3 men, ending with a Dijak discus big boot. My goodness. Briggs kicks out of that. Dijak counters a chokeslam into a Canadian destroyer. Like, oh my goodness. Oba then lifts both men at the same time. The crowd goes nuts as he slams them both. Thumbs up for that. Thankfully, no one got hurt. No blown out knees. Dijak hits 2 Feast Your Eyes to Oba, but it's Briggs at the last second pulling the referee out of the ring to stop the count. I was 100%. I was like, yes, Dijak's winning. And I got totally, my heart ripped out of my chest. Fuck you, Briggs. God damn it. Oba then speared through the barricade by Josh Briggs. Dijak, another feast your eyes to Briggs. Oba reappears out of nowhere, power bombs Dijak onto Briggs, and Oba Femi retains the North American Championship. Holy shit, just a chaotic train wreck of a match right here, in all the best ways, of course. Coming out party here for Oba Femi and Josh Briggs. Like, I've seen Josh Briggs do this before, but Oba Femi on the big stage, and he delivered. He did not look out of place at all. And I cannot believe they did that double fake out on Dijak, man. Like, 2 times he had the match won. And the crowd wanted it. Like, the crowd loves Dijak. I love Dijak. He's the man. And just feel bad for the guy a little bit there. Crazy bumps in this one. That freaking top rope choke slam onto the chair. Like, oh my goodness. Brutal stiffness in this one. Like, those lariats, so many kicks to the face, chops. Like, wow. And nonstop action. There was just not a wasted second here. That is the style of Dijak matches and becoming the style of Josh Briggs as well. Outstanding performances all around. This was a banger. 9 out of 10. We move on now to the trios tag team women's match. It's JC Jane, Kiana James, and Izzy Dame with Nyx versus Thea Hale, Fallon Henley, and Kalani Jordan with Chase U. Thea accidentally takes out Osborne, but he catches her, so it's it's okay, it's all good, but a little bit of a slip up there on purpose. Kiana nails an avalanche Spanish fly. Everyone's hitting their finishers on Henley in this big wicked combo. Thea is able to make the save there. Kalani, nice moonsault dive to the outside, and it's Nyx with the cheap shot to Kalani. The referee does not see it. Thea and JC Jane have it out 1v1. The crowd's loving that. Thea locks the Chimera lock on Izzy, forcing her to tap out, and it's the good ladies getting the victory. Hale, Jordan, and Henley with the W. A fine trios tag team match. That slow isolation at the beginning of it was very boring and a little predictable, standard stuff. It did pick up the pace, had a couple of nice spots there. I did like the Osborne catching Thea at the beginning. That was a nice touch. Other than that, there was not much outside interference. The one cheap shot there from Nyx, so it didn't spoil the match. 5 out of 10. It was nothing crazy, nothing much more than you would see on your average weekly show, but it was fine. We got a quick announcement here from Ava Rain, and she unveils a new championship. It is the Women's North American Championship. Looks very similar to the men's, but it has this really nice white strap to it. Looks much better than the red strap that they got on the men's version of it. Just white and gold just looks a lot better than red, black, and gold. I don't know. I like the look of the belt. I imagine they're going to have some sort of tournament. They didn't announce anything other than what the championship looks like, but excited to see how that is going to add to the women's roster. We're going to start seeing hopefully some more women and more women's matches and more people breaking out, because there's a lot of people, Kalani Jordan, that look like they are going to be big hitters in the near future. We move on now to the NXT Women's Championship match. It is the champion Lyra Valkyria defending against Roxanne Perez. Roxanne focusing in on Lyra's bad arm. Tatum Paxley arrives to support her friend Lyra, but it's Lyra thrown into Tatum. They end up bonking heads with each other. I think Tatum is just kind of removed from the match at this point. Roxanne, beautiful counter poison Rana, pop rocks, transitions into a crossface. Lyra trying numerous times to get out of it, but Roxanne will not let that crossface go. Valkyria taps out, and no! NXT Women's Champion, 2 or 3 times now? It's Roxanne Perez. Damn. This was a really nice technical wrestling match. Nice counters in there, transitions, submissions. Was a bit of a methodical pace early in this one, wearing down the bad arm of Lyra. That was the big story coming into this match, alongside their fierce rivalry and hatred of one another. The finish was great, really strong performance here from Roxanne, and a solid run as the champion for Lyra. Probably won't go down as the most memorable. Her character never really developed. She tried to be like quirky and funny, but also a badass. I don't know, it didn't really transition, and her matches for the most part consistently solid to good and some great, but I'm really excited to see what this version of Roxanne Perez is going to bring as the champion. Now she's got this attitude, and even throughout this match, the crowd was more on Roxanne's side. So now they did this little thing with the heel, which has kind of turned her into a badass babyface again, which was their intent. They wanted her to be a big babyface, but the way they went at it originally was lame, and she was just happy to lose, and I'm just glad to be here. And yeah, she called herself out on that, and yeah, this could be her best run yet. I can't wait to see what she does with it. 6.5 out of 10 for this match. Really solid stuff. We move on now to the men's NXT Championship match. It is the champion Ilya Dragunov defending against Tony D'Angelo with the family. Tony stiff forearm to Dragunov's mouth right at the beginning of this match. How you doing? Ilya smashes his bad hand into the steel post. Stax gives the brass knuckles to Tony, but Dragunov challenges Stax to interfere, but the Dawn calls off Stax, so no outside interference anymore. Dragunov delivers an H-bomb through the announce table, and just an adorable little crash of the table. Just perfect. Absolutely perfect. Ilya hits a senton off of the top rope, squishes Tony, but he kicks out of that. D'Angelo, nice anti-air powerbomb combo, just beautiful. Dragunov H-bomb from the top rope, puts away Tony D, and Dragunov retains the NXT Championship. Nice performance here for Tony D. He was fired up, he was throwing some heat. I'm really happy that he called off the family. It was an easy opportunity here for him to turn into a heel, have the family interfere, and win him the match, but he called it off. Maybe because he didn't win this match, maybe he doesn't call them off next time, if there is a next time. Sadly, I was kind of hoping for a next gear out of Tony in this one. He was not bad whatsoever. I was hoping for another gear out of him, but still really good. And Ilya Dragunov, his usual amazingness, intense, his selling off the charts. Good match overall. 7 out of 10. We got Meta 4. They announced the attendance of the show at 16,545 people, and that is just awesome to hear for the NXT superstars that are always performing in, it is a great crowd, but a small crowd at the NXT Performance Center or whatever, so it's really nice to see them getting to perform in front of so many people and for them to get their cheers on that big stage. So really good right there. I'll hit that with a thumbs up. Now it is time. It is main event time. We are finally here. It is Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams. 1-on-1. Crowd is losing it for Trick's entrance. They are just shouting, whoop that Trick. And Trick, man, you could just see how hyped he is. He's just flying out there, jumping all over the place. He is feeling it. Now the fight quickly spills out into the crowd. Referees being very lenient with this match. They just want to have a finish here. So in a way, it's almost a no disqualification match. It will make sense in a moment. Mello takes a wicked front kick. Great selling right there with a big backflip. Trick accidentally squishing the referee. He down. Mello takes advantage of this, grabs a chair, but it's Trick who hits Mello with the chair right in front of the referee. Like, he sees it and he just lets it go. He takes the chair away. He's like, enough of that. And Mello kicks Trick right in the dick. How you doing? The referee doesn't see that. He then takes a second referee bump. He is down again. Really rough night for him. Mello nails nothing but net. New referee comes down to make the count, but Trick is able to kick out of that. Mello's chair is taken away by the referee. Trick nails the running knee strike, pins, and wins! Whoop that Trick, baby. What a freaking story. I'm so happy for Trick, man. Like, what a long story this has been for Trick. He started as nothing more as a hype man for Carmelo, and Carmelo was going to be the star, the big rising star. And as it went, like myself personally, I didn't like Trick either. I saw him as nothing more as a hype man myself. And I remember over the times just watching him do the dances on the outside. He started winning the crowd over, started having matches. Were they good? No, not really, but the effort was always there with Trick, and eventually he just won us all over. And his emotion, his intensity, the story that they started telling with Trick, like, I want to become a wrestler. I want to become great like you, Melo. And then that seed gets planted of jealousy. That classic jealousy seed gets planted, and Melo turns on his buddy, and we get this beautiful friends becoming enemies, but making themselves better along the way as wrestlers and performers. Great stuff right here. Crowd all in on this match for sure. They were so happy for Trick, going nuts for him as he celebrates the celebrates the win. Really good performance in the ring. Solid job from Trick. His emotions in the ring were excellent. Carmelo was selling his ass off for his homie, and so was the referee, taking 2 bumps. I mean, rough night for that guy. Crowd was all in, like I said. Huge pop for the 3 count. And when he hit that 3 count, crowd just exploded. That was awesome. And just a cherry on top of a really nice night. Having that Trick Willie story finally get finished. And yeah, 8 out of 10. This was a great match. Was it the best in the ring thing? No, not necessarily. But with the story being told, the crowd being all in, that was a great match. And that's the end of the show. Really enjoyed Stand and Deliver. The 6-women tag team match, admittedly, could have used a stipulation or something to help it out a little bit. Maybe even just a tornado, something like that. It was just very standard. Felt like something I would have watched during a regular NXT. I did want a little bit more out of the Dragunov-D'Angelo match. It was still a good performance for Tony, but I wanted greatness out of him. I really wanted that star-making performance, but it's still early. There's a lot more time for Tony to grow, and he has been leveling up. So we'll see where it goes for Tony, if he can bounce back from this loss. It was still a good match. There was a lot of that classic WWE fluff in between matches, the commercials, the video packages, the recapping of storylines, even like stuff that's not NXT related. We're getting a lot of WrestleMania 40 matches, video packages thrown in there as well. That felt unnecessary. The North American triple threat match, without a doubt, stole the show for me. I was hoping that it would, and it absolutely did. Just a train wreck of a match. It was just fantastic. If you can only watch one match, check that one out. It was awesome. And ending on a high with the Trick Willie celebration, the big victory, and his biggest victory to date. Will this send him off to World Championship status? Will it be able to ever become the NXT champion? I don't know yet. I feel like we're just getting started with Trick. And what is the future for Carmelo now that he lost this match? There's really not much left for him to do in NXT, if anything at all. He's already been teased. He's shown up a few times on SmackDown. So is it time for Melo to move up to the main roster? If he does, I was talking to my wife about it, I honestly don't see Melo anything more than a mid-level champion, Intercontinental United States Championship. I can see him being pretty good in that area. I haven't seen enough yet out of Melo to see him in that main event level, but who knows? He could surprise me. But I enjoyed the show overall. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. You had a great crowd in there going crazy. In terms of predictions, how did I do there? I went 4 out of 6. I definitely got caught off guard with Braun Breaker and Corbin winning that one. Not upset about it, not at all, which is fine. So, and the other one I got wrong was the NXT Championship match. I was, once the match started, I was like, oh man, I don't think Tony is going to get this one, just from the performance that was going on in there. But I'm totally fine with Dragunov. I thought maybe they might want to move him up, but his championship reign hasn't been, I don't feel like it's complete yet. So yeah, I got those two wrong, but 4 out of 6 is not bad. Enjoyed the show. 7.5 out of 10. Let me know, what was your favorite match of Stand and Deliver? Easily for me, triple threat match for the North American title. Least favorite is the women's trios tag team match. Just nothing special, but nothing bad on the show, so yeah. Now we get to WrestleMania Night 1, and we are in chilly Philly, Philadelphia. Michael Cole telling us at least 17 times within the first 10 minutes of the show that it is cold in Philadelphia that night. We get an introduction video from Meek Mills. It was pretty good. I don't know Meek Mills at all, really. And then I think it was Coco Jones was her name. She sings the anthem. Absolutely crushed it. It did look really cold for her, like she's just got the dress on. It looked really windy, but she crushed it. And then here comes Triple H to steal the opening pop, and he welcomes the crowd to WrestleMania. And the opening match of WrestleMania Night 1 is the Women's World Championship match. Rhea Ripley defending against Becky Lynch. We get a solid entrance for the man. Cool outfit. Also rocking a fever, apparently. Becky's not feeling very well. She doesn't look it, though. She looks fine. Ripley comes out with the live band. She gets played out with that. I like the performance of the band. It seems like their microphone was acting up, but not bad for a live performance. And for some reason, Rhea Ripley has added hair extensions, which was a very odd choice. I don't know if I like that. Now we get to the match. Becky nails Rhea with a Bexploder into the barricade. Ripley catches Lynch airborne into a slam and a knee right to the face. How you doing? Ripley escapes the disarmor, deadlift powerbomb Becky numerous times. That just looked vicious and was awesome. Thumbs up for that. Lynch goes for the top rope leg drop. That is countered into Ripley's prison trap submission. That was impressive. Lynch escapes, hits a manhandle slam, but Rhea is able to kick out of that. Riptide from Ripley, and Lynch kicks out of that. Becky on Rhea's shoulders. They roll over the ropes, and Rhea hits an electric chair drop. That was very impressive for them to roll over the ropes like that while she's on her shoulders, and they land. Like, hell yeah, that was impressive as hell. Riptide into the turnbuckle. Another Riptide. Rhea pins and retains the Women's World Championship. Nice choice here, I feel, for the opener. Too bad Becky was sick, but she seemed fine throughout. I liked her performance. Ripley, very impressive counters. Her display was on, or her power was on display throughout this match. And a really good back and forth fight. Some nice near falls in there as well. Good opening match. 7.5 out of 10. We get a funny video with Pretty Deadly. They're going through all the competitors for the 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed tag team championships. It's Judgment Day's Damian Priest and Finn Balor defending against NCR, Dunn and Bate, New Day, Kofi and Xavier, DIY, Gargano and Ciampa, Miz and R-Truth, and Waller and Theory. So it was made to my attention when this match started that both tag team titles are on the line. They're on different things to pull down, and both titles are being separated in this match. There is the potential for a team to win both the championships, but they can also be separated in this match, which is awesome. So we get into it. DIY, nice DX graphics for their entrance. I love that. That was a really nice touch. NCR have the wrong entrance video play for them, so a little bit of disrespect. And Damian Priest is wearing a pretty interesting, kind of cool, spiky mask, while Finn Balor just has like a cloth over his face. I don't know what was going on there. And we get into the match now. Bate airplane spins Finn while Finn Balor is holding onto the ladder. Whacks Kofi right in the face with the ladder. That was fantastic. NCR dual moonsaults off of the ladder, takes out everybody. Hell of a bump right there. Thumbs up for that. R-Truth is looking for the hot tag. He's not in the right match type right now, but Miz gives him the hot tag, and Truth goes off on Judgment Day with the John Cena offense. Fucking hilarious moment right there. Thumbs up. Nails Finn Balor with the FU onto the ladders, pins and wins nothing because it's a ladder match, R-Truth. Come on. DIY imitating DX. They make a temporary alliance with Truth and Miz. Theory and Waller stop the alliance. They grab the SmackDown titles, and Theory and Waller become the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. What the fuck? NCR are celebrating, or they celebrate by powerbombing Waller out of the ring through a freaking ladder. Oh my god, that looked hella painful. Waller landing on his head, and obviously his back is just mangled now. Thumbs up. Woods' elbow drop to Ciampa on the ladder. That looked hella painful. Kofi, huge dive off of the ladder to the outside, wipes out everybody. Gargano, wicked springboard DDT, 2 done through the table. That was amazing. Thumbs up for that. Just a beautiful spot. Meanwhile, Ciampa air raid crash to Tyler Bate off of the ladder. Just a massive bump. And JD assists Judgment Day. JD McDonough assists Judgment Day. New Day make McDonough pay. They shove him off of the ladder through 2 tables. Another massive bump. Thumbs up. Truth FU's Priest out of the ring, climbs the ladder, pulls the Raw Tag Team titles down, and Awesome Truth are the new champions. Oh my goodness. R-Truth also grabs his first WrestleMania victory. Wow. Oh my god, that was very surprising. I did not expect either of those teams to get the win. Ladder match never gonna let me down, man. What an absolute banger of a match that was. So many big bumps and spots, too many to count. Truth and DIY added great entertainment in this. That hot tag moment was hilarious. Wasn't aware that both titles were on the line, but I'm so happy that 2 new champions are crowned here, especially R-Truth, man. Like, that is awesome. He has been the most entertaining guy in WWE for a long time, and it's nice to see him get a nice moment here. Crowd was going nuts for him. This was a great match. 8.5 out of 10. We move on now to Santos Escobar and Dom Mysterio with Legado versus Rey Mysterio and Andrade with the LWO. So it was originally supposed to be Dragon Lee instead of Andrade, but Dragon Lee was attacked the night before and was replaced with Andrade at the last moment. So this makes me very sad. I was very excited to see what Dragon Lee was going to do in this one, but we'll see how they do. We get a double stack crossbody from Rey and Andrade. I have never seen anything quite like that. That was really cool. Thumbs up. Wild gets the big slingshot. He gets launched across the freaking stage. Takes out Legado. Crowd loves that. And then we get some large masked men. They throw Dom into the ring post. We get a dual 619 from Rey. The message from Andrade, and Mysterio nails the frog splash. LWO win. And the masked men are revealed to be a couple of Philadelphia Eagles NFL players. Okay, fairly standard tag team match here, just featuring NFL players in the finish. Very sad that Dragon Lee wasn't in this match. Would it have been a lot different or better? I don't think so. This kind of just feels like a regular SmackDown tag team match. Gonna hit this with a 4.5 out of 10. And now our ears are graced with the soothing sounds of Lil Wayne with, I don't know what that was. I apparently they're calling that some form of musical performance, but I would not call that. I think that was a absolute disgrace to music just as a whole. Lil Wayne, my god, man, this guy. He sounded horrible. His microphone was cutting out. He was cutting out. It was horrible. And that leads us into the Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso fight. It is brother versus brother. Jimmy laying into Jey with numerous super kicks and super kicks and super kicks and more super kicks. Throw in a little back and forth striking and a little bit of trash talking. Jimmy breaks down, apologizing to Jey. Jey falls for the trap. Jimmy almost steals the victory. Jey spear out of nowhere. Top rope splash, pins, and wins. Oh, wow. Not a lot going on in this match other than super kicks. Maybe an odd Samoan drop, a punch or two, but wow. Didn't feel a lot in this match whatsoever. Did not feel the heat. No hatred between the two bros in this very long, confusing rivalry that these guys have. Like, it's been really weird with these two. Like, it seems like Jey is with the Bloodline, Jimmy isn't. Jimmy's with the Bloodline, Jey isn't, and they keep flip-flopping, and it just seems like the storyline went on and did one or two too many flips and flops, and Yeah, I didn't like any of this really. The crowd was engaged with it, thankfully. That was good. They were all in there for the entrance and everything. They were feeling it, but my God, what a boring match. Just all these super kicks. I'm going to hit it with I think a 4 out of 10 is honestly pretty generous, but I was into the fact that the crowd was loving it, and maybe it was more of a crowd experience match, and it definitely didn't translate on TV. Very, very boring, but it looked like the people in Philadelphia were having fun at least. We move on now to the 6 women tag team match: Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill versus Damage Control, Asuka and Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai. We get a cool entrance for Damage Control with a bunch of women coming out in nice kimonos, and they're throwing the flower petals. I like that. That was nice. Team Belair come down on a lift, and then everyone comes out of the lift one by one. They all have their nice outfits on, and everyone gets their music played. Yeah, it was pretty alright. Now we get to the match. Bianca goes beast mode on Damage Control, flips over Dakota, then moonsaults all 3 members at the same time. That was awesome. Thumbs up. Jade Cargill gets the hot tag. She's taking out each member of Damage Control one by one. Asuka accidentally missed her own partner, Kairi Sane, in the face. Belair cracks Asuka with her ponytail. Yes, we finally get it. And it was a nice crack, too. Gotta love that. Thumbs up. Nails the KOD. Jade hits Dakota with the Jaded and picks up her first WrestleMania victory. The good ladies get the W. Other than the flashy entrances, just another pretty standard trios tag team match right here. Like, yes, you get Jade Cargill. The name power was there, but the match didn't really feel all that special. Damage Control got mostly dominated. They were only beating up on Naomi. Other than that, they were just getting dummied by Jade and Bianca. Speaking of Jade, she's getting her first showcase here. I thought it was pretty good, showing off her new moves. Crowd was hyped for Cargill's debut. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Solid overall match. I'm going to hit it with a 6 out of 10. We move now to the Intercontinental Championship match. Gunther defending against Sami Zayn. Sami is wished good luck by Chad Gable, and on the way up, Kevin Owens appears, also there to hype up his buddy Sami Zayn. Very nice touching moment right there. Now we get to the match. Gunther nails the Waterboy dropkick and a powerbomb combo. Sami is able to kick out of that. Gunther is laughing at Sami Zayn's wife, who is watching in the front row. Gunther eats a haluva kick out of nowhere. We get a near fall right there. Gunther turning Sami inside out with a lariat and 2 more power bombs. Sami again kicks out. Gunther multiple top rope splashes, and this begins to fire up Sami. He hits a haluva kick and a scary as hell looking corner brainbuster on the turnbuckle. Like, holy shit. That is a move that he was doing in the indies, and he pulls it out here. Almost killed Gunther, but everyone's okay. Sami hits 2 more haluva kicks, collapses onto Gunther, pins, and new Intercontinental Champion, ending the 666-day reign. Is that correct? That is badass, but ending this legendary reign of Gunther. Wow, that caught me off guard. The ultimate underdog performance from Sami, selling his ass off for every single move. Fantastic comeback. Family in the front row cheering Sami on. That added in just a little bit there with Gunther getting cocky and talking trash to Sami's wife. I like that. Gunther cocky performance finally caught up to him. Brutal whooping on Sami, and he will definitely go down as one of, if not the greatest, reign as Intercontinental Champion of all time. A great match right here. I'm going to nail that with an 8 out of 10. Congratulations, Sami. Well deserved. And now we get to the main event match. A tag team match. It's Cody Rhodes and Seth frickin' Rollins versus Roman Reigns and The Rock with Paul Heyman. Seth Rollins comes out dressed like a giant flower or something. Very interesting outfit for Seth. Rock flashy entrance with the flaming Brahma Bull or whatever the hell he calls that thing. He's just standing in like flames and stuff. Looks really cool. The camera work was really well done with that entrance. And then we get a long, awkward standoff with all four men gauging the crowd, which doesn't sound that loud, at least to me on TV. I imagine they were hoping for a little bit more of a wild crowd, but I don't know, it didn't seem like they were getting what they wanted. So the match starts with Seth and Roman Reigns, a couple of former Shield members. Everyone getting a little one-on-one time, and then the brawling begins. They go out into the crowd. Rock and Seth spitting water onto each other. I don't know what that's about. Rock was spitting water on everybody in this match. Just disgusting. Seth's bad leg is getting targeted throughout the match. Rock low blows Rollins, and the referee just has to let it slide because, I mean, The Rock is technically everybody's boss. He owns a part of the company, so they're just letting stuff go. Cody breaks up Rock's sharpshooter. Rollins curb stomps The Rock, gets the hot tag to Cody. We get the disaster kick and a Cody cutter. Roman bleeding, nails a Superman punch on a mid-air Cody Rhodes. Cody and Seth double team super kicks to Roman, stomp and a Cody cutter to Reigns, but it's Rock pulling the referee out at the last second and hits Cody with a low blow. How you doing? Roman nails a spear. Cody kicks out of that. Cody is trapped in Roman's guillotine lock. Seth stomps onto Roman's face. That was gnarly. People's elbow is stopped by a Cody cutter. Oh no. Crossroads stopped by a Superman punch. Reigns misses a spear and accidentally spears The Rock. Oh no. We get a dual pedigreed and a dual kick out from the bloodline. Oh my god. That was great. I'm going to hit that with a thumbs up. Cody rock bottoms The Rock through the announce table as Roman spears Seth through the barricade. Things are getting crazy now. Thumbs up. Cody hits multiple crossroads on Roman, but Rock whacks Cody with the weight belt. Spear from Roman, rock bottom, and the people's elbow. Rock pins, bloodline wins. Whoa, that was a lot of fun. That was, yeah, damn. It definitely took a minute to get going in this one, but yeah, man, they started to get there. Atmosphere was good. It would have been even more insane if they were in the smaller arenas. I know that's probably never going to happen again for WrestleMania. They're going with the big stadiums, but I can only imagine what the atmosphere would have been like for in like a Madison Square Garden or something. Regardless, The Rock, he was good. You know, he wasn't kipping up like he used to in the old days, but still quality work. Didn't look like he got hurt or anything this year, so that's great. Roman, underrated seller. I mean, I think just all around, like every match he's in, he's been selling so good and no different from this one. He was great. Super close near falls, and The Rock being able to do whatever he wanted in this match. I like that. I like the referees just being like, I don't know what to do. He's my boss. So, yeah, I like that. Roman allowed to have the bloodline with him now for night 2. We find out later the next night what that really means. Basically, no disqualification, no rules, and all that stuff. But this was a surprisingly entertaining main event match. A lot better than I was expecting it to be. I'm going to hit that with a 7.5 out of 10. And that is the end of night 1 of WrestleMania. I will say, kind of underwhelming night 1 overall for the first night. Legado versus LWO, that was really underwhelming. Really sad that Dragon Lee didn't get his Mania moment. I was really, rooting for Dragon Lee. I'm excited for him. I hope the future is still bright for him. I don't know if he had a real injury or what was going on with that, but yeah, that sucks. Speaking of sucks, Uso versus Uso, that just kind of sucked, man. I don't know what that was. I don't know, it just didn't work in the ring, on paper, or whatever they were going for. We did not see that. I didn't see any hatred, no real grudge to it. It was just a singles match. Really could have used some sort of stipulation, no DQ, fucking tie a super kick on a rope on a pole match or something. I don't know, but it definitely needed to have more. It was a very boring match, and yeah, definitely the worst match of the night. Crowd was good. I would still much prefer the atmosphere of the arena. You know, that was just so much better, but now here we are with stadiums. They were raucous. They were loud. It was chilly in Philly. They like to mention that, so people were probably a little bit cold. It definitely was louder night 2 compared to night 1. Lil Wayne was hilariously bad. I was laughing at just how bad it was. I was like, wow, man, you just can't get much worse than that. The show set, like, everything looked good. I think the entrances were wicked, really well done production. The outfits looked great. Everyone was looking good tonight. Main event was better than I expected. The opening match was also good, but the six-pack ladder match by far was my favorite match of the night. You got a ladder in there, a bunch of guys doing crazy spots. I mean, yeah, and 2 new champions to boot. R-Truth adding in that hilarity. Fuck yeah, that was my favorite match of the night. Close second would be Sammy and Gunther, the Intercontinental Championship match. That was also a really good one. I'm going to hit night 1 of WrestleMania with a 7 out of 10, and I went 5 out of 7 for my predictions in night 1. So let us go now to WrestleMania night 2, baby. Will Cody finish the story? We return again to Philadelphia on a much warmer day, according to everybody. And we get War and Treaty back again to perform God Bless America. They have performed for the WWE before. They crushed it then. They crushed it tonight. And well done. We get Stephanie McMahon. She welcomes the crowd to WrestleMania. I feel like she did a better job than Triple H did on night 1. And then they bring out CM Punk for commentary for the World Heavyweight Championship match. Seth frickin' Rollins defending against Drew McIntyre. Drew badass entrance with the bagpipes. Very Braveheart-like entrance. I gotta love that. Rollins, he has this awesome marching band or whatever. They're all dressed like Mardi Gras people. And Rollins comes out dressed to the nines, of course. Big band playing him out. That was awesome. I love that. And of course the crowd doing the chant. That was electric. Like with, 70,000 people doing it. That was sick. We get to the match. McIntyre nails a Claymore right away and almost wins the match. 8 seconds into this one, Seth barely kicks out. Holy shit, that would have been wild. Rollins nails a pedigreed and a stomp. Drew kicks out of that. Drew boots Seth right in the mouth. How you doing? Hits another stomp, or Seth hits another stomp. Drew kicks out of that as well. Rollins stomps Drew onto the announce table now. Drew out of nowhere hits a Claymore. We get another near fall. Drew just goes for another Claymore. Pins. And new World Heavyweight Champion, it's Drew McIntyre. Good finisher fest to open up the show. Like, I don't know if they hit any other moves other than finishers. It was just back and forth finishers. I love the near fall right at the beginning of the match. That really caught me off guard. I was like just sitting down and almost missed it. A squash match here, though, would have been really, really effective. I would not have been mad if they pulled off that squash. I think that would have been really good, actually. It could have played into the story, but Drew and Seth, they're trading finishers beginning to end. I got vibes of The Rock and Austin, and obviously not as good as that, but just them like trading finishers back and forth. I would have loved if they stole each other's finishers a little bit. It was just a good, entertaining match to open up WrestleMania. 7 out of 10. Drew McIntyre kisses a girl right in the mouth. In the front row. I don't know if he knows that woman. I don't know if that woman is single, but regardless, Drew plants a big old kiss on her, and then he gets in CM Punk's face, threatens that he's going to end CM Punk's career. CM Punk snaps, nails Drew with the arm brace, and then Judgment Day's music hits. Oh no. Damian Priest runs down, nails Drew with the briefcase, and Damian Priest officially cashes in the Money in the Bank contract, nails the South of Heaven chokeslam, pins, and new World Heavyweight Champion. It's Damian freaking Priest. Oh my God, they got me so good right there. I wasn't even thinking about the Money in the Bank briefcase. I was just celebrating Drew McIntyre's victory. Literally like, yes, going crazy, and my heart was ripped out just as it was for Drew McIntyre. Oh my God. Drew McIntyre shocked at what just fucking happened. He looks over at CM Punk, who is just laughing his ass off. Oh my God. What an amazing cash in right there. Double thumbs up. You guys got me so good with that one. And just a really well done cash in. They're adding in heat between Punk and Drew McIntyre. That is off the charts now. I cannot wait to see Punk and Drew McIntyre tear each other limb from limb. And Damian Priest, congratulations to him. I am very excited to see what he can do with the ball in his hand now. I'm very devastated for McIntyre. It sucks that, it's over before it even begins. He's very deserving of the championship. But with Damian Priest, he was never going to win it any other way. I'm a little... I was a big old fan of Damian Priest in NXT. I was rooting for this guy. And honestly, he's kind of been the weakest member, in my opinion, of Judgment Day. Not bad. It's just that it seems like every time he's in the spotlight for a match, he'll have a botch, he'll flub something up. Whenever he's the spotlight in the promo, he flubs his words a little bit, and it just seems like, Dom and Rhea and even JD McDonough, they've been fantastic. Now, I know that Priest is the guy. That's the guy they want to become the champion, become the guy out of Judgment Day. I just feel like he's kind of been the weakest link, but I'm very excited now that he has the ball in his hand. I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do with it. Wow, what a fucking cash in. You guys got me so good. Now we get Snoop Dogg as the special guest commentator and Bubba Ray Dudley, oh my god, as the special guest referee for the Philadelphia Street Fight. Oh baby, so I love Bubba Ray Dudley. He tore up my wife's sign when we saw him at Impact Wrestling. He is amazing. I love this guy. So, Philadelphia Street Fight. It's the final testament. Karrion Kross and AOP, Akeem and Razor, with Ellerick and Scarlett versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, and they're out there with B-Fab. Bobby getting destroyed by kendo sticks. Everybody just beating the shit out of him. AOP hit the Super Collider on the Street Profits. Dawkins goes airborne over the ring post and takes out the AOP. That's just... God, I love when he does that. Thumbs up. So awesome. B-Fab boots Scarlett in the face and then hits a Russian leg sweep through the table. ECW style, baby. Karrion argues with Bubba. Dudley puts on the glasses. He means business. Lashley spears Kross with the Profits, and they do the... What that? I love that. Thumbs up. Dudley in unison with 70,000 fans say, "Get the tables!" First table malfunctions, so they have to go out and get another one. Crowd's going wild. Yes, it's a malfunction. It happens, but they recovered really nicely. Funny stuff. We get the frog splash through the table. Lashley and the Street Profits win the street fight. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Snoop Dogg and Bubba Ray Dudley, they added great entertainment. Snoop on commentary was hilarious. He's like, what the hell going on? It's just, I love Snoop Dogg. Kendo sticks were working overtime in this match, getting a lot of work in. Nice table spots. We get a table breaking before it's supposed to. That's funny. Doesn't ruin the match for me. Crowd super engaged throughout this one. 7.5 out of 10. Really fun match. We get Paul Heyman. He is interviewed and reveals that the Bloodline rules means no countouts, no disqualifications, and there must be a definitive winner. So thank you for that. We move on now to AJ Styles versus LA Knight. Yeah. Styles comes out to a new entrance theme. It's pretty good. I mean, there was nothing wrong with the old one, but all right. We get into the match. We get a nice springboard tornado DDT by LA Knight. Yeah. LA Knight leaps to the top rope for an avalanche German suplex. AJ Styles with a big backflip sell. Well done. Knight removes the protective padding on the floor, only for LA Knight to get dropped back first on the exposed floor. Ouch. AJ hitting his combos, phenomenal forearm is countered. Knight hits the BFT, pins, and wins at WrestleMania. Yeah, big win for LA Knight. Nice clean performance. AJ, phenomenal selling, smooth as silk. He makes everything look so easy and just, God, he is good. Solid match right here. I mean, would have been nice if they could have, there was a little bit of a build between the rivalry. They did as good of a job, I think, as they could with, I think, a few weeks of build-up. Maybe some sort of stipulation would have really helped out this match, but 6 out of 10. It was solid. We get Hall of Fame introduction class segment. All the inductees are brought out. They have their moment. Everyone's cheering. Paul Heyman gets a nice spotlight, which is fantastic. Thumbs up for all that. We move on now to United States Championship match. Logan Paul defends against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton in a triple threat match, which means no rules. Logan Paul has his giant Prime bottle coming out with him for his entrance. Kevin Owens comes out driving a golf cart, and when Randy Orton comes out for his entrance, Kevin backs the cart up, picks up Randy Orton, and they drive down together. Kevin fucking rips that go-kart or that cart down the ramp. You can visibly see Randy Orton go, slow down. Oh my God, it's fucking hilarious. Thumbs up for all that. So we get to the match. Kevin and Randy are ganging up on Logan Paul as expected. Randy breaks up the alliance though, attempting an RKO on Kevin. Oh dear. Logan, nice double buckshot lariat, hits a swanton on Kevin into a splash on Orton. Very, very nice. Randy doing the vintage Orton stuff. Kevin Owens avalanche fisherman buster and a moonsault on the Logan. A little scary on that fisherman buster. Kevin's foot slips on the ropes. Logan almost breaks his neck, but everyone's okay. We get an RKO out of nowhere. Kevin Owens kicks out of an RKO. Like, wow, that does not happen often. Logan Paul nails Randy with the brass knuckles punch. Orton kicks out of that. Logan's giant Prime bottle comes to the rescue to save him from a punt kick from Randy Orton. Orton RKOs the Prime bottle on the announce table. That's an ouch. Kevin Owens stunner to Orton. We get another near fall. Randy counters the pop-up power bomb into an RKO. That was beautiful. Thumbs up for that. Logan swoops in, throws Randy out, hits Kevin Owens with a frog splash, and Logan Paul retains the United States Championship. God damn it. I am pissed. I am pissed that Logan retains, but he was good again, man. I can't take that away from him. He took his bumps in the ring really nicely. He was smooth. He hit everything correctly. He was in the right spots. Can't take that away from Logan Paul. Really good performance. Orton and Kevin Owens were really good as well. Lots of false finishes here. Kevin Owens kicking out of an RKO. That caught me off guard. I could go without the giant Prime bottle with one of Logan Paul's friends in it every single time he has a match. I think, okay, can we be done with that now? We've done it enough. Orton betraying Kevin Owens, that was really funny. I like the reaction of Randy Orton. He's just like, come on, like, I'm Randy Orton. What do you expect? Really good match. I don't like the look of Orton, one of the greatest in WWE history, and former world champion Kevin Owens getting outsmarted and beaten clean in the middle of the ring by Logan Paul. Like, he's a rookie, he's only had a handful of professional matches, and it just looks really bad on guys like Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, but good on those two for doing the job for Logan, doing it for the business, you know. I will say that the Prime little logo in the middle of the ring, shockingly not as, you know, annoying or loud as I was expecting it to be. It's just kind of a black logo. It's not that loud, and yeah, it's just kind of there. It's not what do you call it, distracting. Really good match right here. I took a 0.5 off of it just because Logan Paul won. 7.5 out of 10. Really good match, though. We move on. Women's Championship match up next. It's Io Sky with Damage Control defending against Bayley. Bayley is carried out like an Egyptian queen for her entrance. Very, very fitting. Thumbs up for that. Now we get to the match. Io jumps off of the barricade. Bayley countered into the Bayley to belly. Hard slam on the floor there for Io. How you doing? Io targets Bayley's bad knee. Hits a lovely moonsault to the outside. Io counters Bayley's elbow drop into a crossface. That was impressive. Bayley battles out, hits a Bayley to belly out of nowhere. Io kicks out of that. Io over the moonsault, and Bayley kicks out of that. I think that's the first time someone's kicked out of that. Io, another awesome counter out of the Rose Plant. She does a front flip handstand thing. That was so badass. The crowd loses it for that. Thumbs up. Bayley hits a belly to back suplex. Elbow drop off of the top rope. Rose Plant pins Io, and new women's champion, it's Bayley. Woo! Crowd going banana for Bayley, as they should. Thumbs up for that. And I am so happy for Bayley. She deserves it. A great effort from Bayley in this match. Io, fantastic performance. I loved her counters in this one. Selling and technical wrestling all throughout was fantastic. No shenanigans from Damage Control too. Like, I'm shocked. Great match. 8 out of 10. We got Snoop Dogg comes out for one final time to announce the attendance of 755 people. Hypes up the crowd for the main event match. We are here, everybody. Main event, Universal Championship on the line. Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman defending against Cody Rhodes in Bloodline Rules. Cody, badass entrance with Brandy Rhodes. She finally appears, tells her hubby finish the story, and then Roman Reigns, he comes out to a cool orchestrated entrance. Very nice stuff. The crowd is electric at the sound of the bell, way louder than they were at the main event of night one. Cody pulls out a table, and Roman nails a drive-by to Cody and puts the table back underneath the ring. That was hilarious. Fight goes out into the crowd. Cody suplexes Roman on the platform. Reigns catching Cody into a mean powerbomb. Roman hits Cody with the crossroads. Near fall. Oh yeah, baby, we're getting finisher stealing. Roman low blow to Cody, powerbomb through the announce table, Superman punch, but Cody kicks out. Wow. Cody counters the spear, hits a Cody cutter and a spear of his own. Roman kicks out of that, and here comes the Usos. Jimmy attacks Cody. Jay arrives to spear Jimmy off of the stage through a couple of tables, and that one singular spot was better than the match that they had the night before. Thumbs up. Cody kicks out of another spear. Cody spears Roman through the barricade. We got Crossroads Spree is stopped by Solo Sikoa Samoan Spike. No! Spear and a spike combo. Cody kicks out of that. And that's it. He's seen enough. It's John Cena. He runs down, FU's Roman, FU to Solo through the announce table, and here comes The Rock, who says he's pissed the fuck off. Rock bottom Cena about to lay the smackdown onto John Cena with the weight belt, and then the Shield music hits. But it's Rollins getting intercepted by Roman Reigns. The most out-of-nowhere thing of all time occurs. It's The Undertaker! His music hits, the lights go out, and Undertaker appears out of nowhere, choke slams The Rock, and then disappears. Freaking phenomenal. Thumbs up for that. Roman hits Seth with a chair, revenge for the Shield betrayal all those years ago. Really nice touch right there. Cody blocks the spear, hits 3 crossroads pins, and no! Universal Champion, it's Cody freaking Rhodes, and he finally finishes the story, and a new story begins as Cody Rhodes is the new Universal Champion. Finally. Pretty epic main event right there. I mean, Jesus. Love when they steal each other's finishers. That is a dying art. Roman, great selling. An amazing run as champion. You know, I was all in with Roman Reigns as champion until last year when they didn't pull the trigger. And the last year has just been a real grind, honestly, for Roman Reigns' title reign. It's gone on too long. He has, really gone on the back burner as a part-time champion, which just hurts the company, hurts everybody involved, and so happy that they're finally, hopefully, going to be done with the part-time champions. I mean, what if Cody becomes a part-time champion? I can't see it, but who knows? Hopefully, Cody will be a fighting champion. Cody, an amazing story, great performance. There was lots and lots of Gaga in this match and lots of cooks in the kitchen. I mean, The Rock, the Usos, Solo, the fucking Undertaker. But I feel like it mostly added to the match. We all knew it was coming. You got the Bloodline Rules on top of it, but I think all of it came at the right time. It didn't feel like too much all at once. The Undertaker was pushing it, but it was such a fun moment that I'm good with that. So I thought it only made the match better. 8 out of 10. I think it was a great main event. Big celebration begins for Cody Rhodes. Friends, fellow wrestlers, and family fill the ring. Cody hits a quick speech, thanks Bruce Pritchard and Triple H for everything that they've done for his career. Shares a moment with Michael Cole, and yeah, just a touching moment overload right here. Double thumbs up for all that. Cody enjoys the fireworks show as WrestleMania comes to an end. Oh my goodness. Wonderful night 2 of WrestleMania. No matches on this night let me down. Knight and AJ Styles was probably the least WrestleMania feeling in quality, but it was still a good match. I enjoyed it. The opening match was good, but the cash-in on top of it, oh my god, that was amazing. Poor Drew McIntyre, but feeling good for Damian Priest. Logan Paul delivers again. I am very salty about the winner, but I can't deny that Logan Paul is very fun to watch in the ring. Bayley and Io, that was awesome. A great story for Bayley. I'm so happy for her. Main event felt huge, and it was huge. Lots of gaga, as expected. Not too much, that it hurt the match for me. It could have for other people, I understand that. Undertaker, that was a pretty good substitute for no Stone Cold Steve Austin. I was really hoping that Stone Cold was going to show up for WrestleMania 40 just to have a moment with The Rock. But Undertaker, can't complain. Cody finishing the story, fantastic way to finish off the show on a high, the high of highs. Love the celebration for Cody, tons of emotion and respect being shown in the ring. And a well done to Triple H. This was his first WrestleMania being in charge. No more Vince McMahon. This was all done by Triple H and his group, which was great. I mean, was it the greatest WrestleMania of all time? No, I don't think so, but with Triple H, his first one, now he's got that under his belt. I feel like he's only going to get more confident with WrestleManias, and they're probably just going to get better and better. I think this was a really good first showing for Triple H and his WrestleManias. I'm going to give WrestleMania Night 2 an 8.5 out of 10, and WrestleMania 40 overall a 7.5 out of 10. And that is it, everybody. Overall predictions for myself for the weekend, including Stand and Deliver, I got 14 out of 19 matches predicted correctly. So not bad, not too bad. My wife, I think she was at like an 11 out of 19, something like that. I defeated her because I'm the best. I'm the best of the best. There you go, everybody. That was WrestleMania and Stand and Deliver. Let me know what was your favorite matches of the weekend. What matches let you down? I think all said and done, with Stand and Deliver, it's the Dijak triple threat match, Obafemi. Those guys absolutely robbed the weekend. That match was spectacular. My boy Dijak, man, he never, ever lets me down, and I think he stole the whole WrestleMania weekend with that match. It was excellent. Ladder match was dope. Bayley's story was dope. The main event for Cody Rhodes was dope. Sami Zayn. It felt like I was expecting it to be a feel-good WrestleMania. There was a lot of storylines coming to a head with Cody Rhodes, Bayley, Sami Zayn, and others that were just like this year-long battle trying to become the best, trying to become the champion, and everyone seemed to get their flowers tonight except for Drew McIntyre. His flowers were stolen, burned, shat on, and given to Damian Priest, which, I mean, Damian is very deserving in that of himself. He's had a spectacular run as the leader of the Judgment Day. Really fun WrestleMania. I love WrestleMania. I've been watching every WrestleMania since WrestleMania 21, and I'm going to continue on this trend. Really fun, man. I can't wait to, this is the fun part now. Like, WrestleMania is almost like a recharging of the batteries for Monday Night Raw and WWE's programming for the next year. It was getting a little bit, I was getting worn down there on the road to WrestleMania. It's like, okay, let's just get there. We're here now, and now it's going to be so much fun to see where we go from here. What's next for Drew? What's Cody's story going to look like as champion? What's next for Roman Reigns, man? What is next for that guy? Is he going to be gone for a while? Is he going to come back? Like, what's life going to be like for Roman without that championship anymore? That's going to be a really big challenge for Roman to overcome. And yeah, man, I'm all in. I cannot wait to watch the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. It's always big. It's always exciting. Probably going to have a big debut or something big's going to go down. Always does. But let me know what you thought of the weekend. Did you manage to get all that WrestleMania and Stand and Deliver under your belt? It was a lot of wrestling. It's 8 hours of WrestleMania, another 3 hours for Stand and Deliver. And those crazy son of bitches over there in Ring of Honor, they decided to have their Super Card of Honor on Friday. I watched a little bit of it, didn't get all of it, but just an insane amount of wrestling this weekend. Hopefully everyone was enjoying it, had a great time, did your WrestleMania thing. Like me and my wife, we just get all bundled in. We got some pizza, get some good eats, and just buckle in and watch WrestleMania. It was a blast. And can't wait for next year's WrestleMania. It's going to be a ton of fun. And now this was the end of the WrestleCast for this season. WrestleMania is done, so now we're going to kick in to a new year of the GX WrestleCast. I'll have the award show all done up now. I'm just going to get all the final awards all put together, and we'll do a wrestling award show maybe this week. I don't know just yet. I haven't actually taken a look at the old schedule for this week, but I'm hoping I'll get it out sometime this week. Big wrestling award show, giving out best matches of the year, wrestlers of the year, pay-per-view of the year, worst match of the year, etc., and all that great stuff. So be on the lookout for that. Should be a lot of fun. There was a SmackDown versus Raw retrospective that I did for WrestleMania weekend for the GamerCast, so you can go there if you're not wrestled out already. Go listen and watch that episode of the GX GamerCast. HockeyCast took we still had it, but maybe this week there may not be a HockeyCast. We'll see how busy it ends up being for me this week and how many storylines come out of the NHL this week. We are right around the playoffs, so like things are pretty settled and getting set. So we'll see how it goes with the HockeyCast this week. Just keep your eyes out with the GX Plus cast. You can follow along on Twitter. There is a link in description there for you. I'll put up announcements whenever I know what I'm doing and when they're coming out. Let you know when the podcasts are live, and yeah, good spot to follow along on Twitter. I also upload all of these episodes to the Gamer GX Videos YouTube channel. You can watch them, drop a comment, hit that like button. If you want to have a question answered live on the podcast, drop a comment, send in an email, anything like that. Send in a question related to hockey, video games, wrestling, or just podcasting, doesn't matter. I'd love to answer your question live on the podcast. That would be a ton of fun. And yeah, there you go, everybody. Hopefully you had a great weekend like I did. That was so much fun. Oh, too bad WrestleMania only comes around once a year, but it's a hell of a fun time. Make sure you're hitting that review button, liking the podcast, telling your friends and all that good stuff. Help out the little guy over here, and we'll be back again with some more GX Plus Cast.